Hello. Thanks for agreeing to set up this interview. As you know, we only have a short amount of time, so let's go ahead and get started right away. Now, I know that you've been involved in some work on community issues. Can you tell me what attracted you to the community issue that you chose at the beginning of the semester?
So the topic that I chose at the beginning of the semester was homelessness. That was the topic I wanted to go for. And I kind of went towards that topic because my mom, she works at Union Gospel Mission down in the cities in Minnesota. So I've already kind of had a background of knowing that kind of stuff when she comes back from work and telling me all these crazy stories about how these people have gone through such hard times being, living on the streets. So I thought I would not only try and find out myself, but tell other people the facts about homelessness and like the causes and actually how many people are affected by it. So that's why I chose homelessness as my topic.
Community issue team. Thank you. Now, your materials also said that you were involved in a community issue team project that focused on a call to action. Can you share with me what call to action your team put forward and why you chose that call to action?
The call to action that I put forward was it was part of actually. So we changed it around, and originally we were going to do homelessness for our team persuasion, but in the end we decided to go for sleep deprivation because that was my partner's topic that he had started off with at the beginning of the year. So I didn't exactly argue with it, but I thought it was still a pretty good topic. So we did sleep deprivation, and I had the part of the conclusion, and the call to action was to stop procrastinating on doing homework late into the night, so then when you start it, you're already cutting back on sleep. So what I was trying to say was, how about we all just try to be more productive and more happy by getting some more sleep at the end of the day instead of pushing all the assignments late into the day and doing those late at night instead of a good night's sleep. So that was what my call to action was when we were doing the topic of sleep deprivation.
I see. Now, if I were to ask the other members of your team what they think your biggest strength is, what do you think they would say, and why do you think they would say it?
Well, I think they would say that I have a very conversational tone, and I would say that because throughout my speech I kind of kept it as if I were talking to a friend of mine or just a formal person trying to keep a conversation with. So I was kind of trying to keep it off as a more formal way of saying it, but at the same time trying to have a nice conversational tone to it, so then it didn't come off as I was just droning off into a lecture, trying to keep people interested with the whole situation. So I would say that was probably one of my biggest strengths. Also, being able to use hands gestures and be able to move from topic to topic very quickly and efficiently. I see my group members, one group member, I would say that he would say that I had pretty good hand gestures because I was always referencing to things, using my hands and such, and I was able to move through the topics pretty easily and pretty concisely. So I say those would be my strengths personally.
Okay, great. What for you was the most challenging thing about working with your team?
I would say the most challenging thing to work with my team was that. So we got together twice during the kind of the week that we had before we did our speech, and the first time was kind of like, all right, we're just gonna lay the groundwork out and kind of just meeting each other and getting the whole situation ready to go, and so we didn't really have time to go over it that time that we started it. We kind of were just getting the topics together and like what parts we were gonna select out. So that was a good part of it, but the second time we were gonna meet, we were supposed to go over it and rehearse it together, and I don't think it went the best, and I say that because I was ready to get up and start talking in front of a mirror or a wall with him, like we both be standing up or whatever, and he kind of just sat there on his laptop and kind of just like hunched his shoulders over and was just like, yeah. I'm just gonna read it off the paper. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, sure, whatever. So I kind of sat myself back, trying to like look beyond just like this chair in front of me. I was trying to picture an audience, and he kind of was just like droning into his computer as if he was reading off, a book from English class or whatever. So I think that was probably our biggest fault there was that we didn't really practice and get like the true energy of what we were supposed to be doing during the speech. So either that or we didn't really have a great transition into each other's parts, because he did the intro and the body, and then I had the conclusion and the call to action. So kind of with that was our kind of our downfall, but at the most part, I think it went pretty well.
Thank you. Okay, last question. In 30 seconds or so, tell me what your biggest takeaway was from Com 110 this semester. What will stick with you and be useful to you?
Well, I would say my biggest takeaway would be being able to come off to people as, very conversational, and be able to use my gestures more and more facial emotions, because before I would kind of sit there, be pretty rigid body and not really being able to express my emotions with my face. But now I've been able to do that. Also with that, I would also say that I've been able to not say so many filler words, can kind of cut it back more and not, say like and stuff like that. So I'd say that's what I truly would get from this class. And just being able to speak in front of people, that really calmed my nerves and kind of was able for me to get comfortable up in front of people.
All right. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to talk with me. We'll probably be in touch with you in the next few weeks or so.
Okay.
Take care.
Thank you.